How you doing? It's your boy Danny. Boy, I'm about to go off. Let me tell you something. On my podcast show, I'm in this series about the Abraham blessing that affect the world. Today, I talked about El Shaddai, God keeping his promise. Understand this. God is a promise keeper. Remember this. Whatever's on your heart, whatever's on your mind is on God's heart and mind as well. Let me tell you something. God is a faithful God. We're going to be in Genesis chapter 17. We're going to be talking about, guess what, next year. Let me tell you something. At this time of Abram's life, he's 99 years old. He gets a name change because El Shaddai shows up. But also, not only does he get a name change, but Sarah gets a name change to Sarah, which means she's going to be the mother of many nations. We're going to be in Genesis chapter 17, verse 21. Guess what? Whatever's on your heart, whatever's on your mind is on God's heart and mind as well. And God loves you with an everlasting love. I want you to see what God is getting ready to tell Abraham, because guess what? Actually, in verse 15, God no longer calls him Abram, but he calls him Abraham because he had already established and it was time for the fulfillment. Check it out. I'm talking about next year. I know some of y'all been waiting, but guess what? Your next year is today in this moment. Check it out. I want you to see it. This is what God says. But my covenant I will establish with Isaac, whom Sarah shall bear to you at this set time next year. As you can see it, check it out. Isaac's name was established before he was born by God. Did you hear it? Here we go. But my covenant will be established with Isaac, whom Sarah shall bear to you at the set time next year. There's a set time. I know right now it seems like Danny's stuff ain't working. Things ain't going my way. Seems like all hell keeps coming against me. What I'm supposed to do? Let me tell you something. I'm supposed to do like Abraham. Supposed to walk it by faith. That means that God says what he said he would say that he would do it. But let me tell you something. We're going to look at verse 17 as well, because I'm going to tell you what Abram did when God spoke the impossible, because Isaac's name means laughter. Check it out. Then Abraham fell on his face and laughed and said in his heart. Did you hear that? In his heart. He said this, shall a child be born to a man who is 100 years old, and shall Sarah, who is 90 years old, bear a child? Check it out. Understand this. God is a promise keeper. God works an impossibility to bring the impossible possible. I'm talking to that person right now. You might be struggling. You might be so confused, might be so just don't know what to do. But let me tell you something. Boy, put your trust in God. God is a promise keeper. He does what he says. Boy, there's a song, boy, called Trouble Don't Last Always. Boy, if you can get on the other side of that thing and understand that trouble don't last always, let me tell you something, Reverend Timothy Wright sung it, boy. Trouble don't last always. Understand this. You might be going through the storm, but guess what? Here come the sun. Here come the rainbow. Boy, stay encouraged. Don't give up. Boy, God got something for you. I want to tell you I love you. I'm praying for you. Remember this. Whatever's on your heart, whatever's on your mind is on God's heart and mind as well. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.